Hello, my name is Sophia, and this is my video journal number one for my The Medium is the Message assignment. Have you ever wondered how much time we spend on our phones every day, whether it is scrolling down on social media, texting, watching videos, or searching things up, and how this technology influences and shape the way we interact with our society and the world? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. And the theory that the most important part of communication, it's not actually the content that we communicate, but the technology we use to communicate it. This theory was created by Marshall McLuhan. He was a Canadian professor and media theorist that became famous in the 60s when he studied how media and technology such as the internet, television, cell phones shape our society and change human behavior. This idea is known as the medium is the message, meaning that the medium, which is the technology or the tool that it's being used to communicate the information, has a much greater influence on society than the content that it's being communicated. For McLuhan, there are three main elements for the theory, and they are the medium, the concept, and the message. The medium is the technology or the challenge that it's being transmitted the information. This can be a television, a smartphone, a radio, and even an electrical light. The content, it's the information that it's being communicated. This can be a news story, a sports story, a conversation, or really any kind of information. And the message is the social and cultural change that the medium influences. In other words, the technology changes how society organizes and functions, no matter what the information that it's being communicated is. It just kind of matter how it is communicated. The first example of this is an electric light. Even though it doesn't have a content itself, it's what it allows to do that wouldn't be able to do in the dark. An example of this is, for example, me being able to record this video, a factory that works overnight, or even some extent like complicated medical procedures such as brain surgery. So for the case of the electrical light, the medium is the electrical light. The concept for this case could be studying at night, and the message is that it extends human activity to a 24-hour window, and it just doesn't limit it to a daylight activity. And this has a great impact on how a city organizes, how people work, and how industry works as well. The second example is television. Television is the medium, and the concept can be a lot of things. Can be a TV show, can be a news channel, some sports, can actually be anything that we can watch on television. But the message goes a little bit more deep, because it's how television can reshape the way a society sees entertainment, since people started gathering around screens and spending so much time watching television. So it gained a lot of space within a society, and it became part of our daily routine, gaining space with our family life and the time we. A modern example of this can be social media, being a smartphone the medium, and the content could be photos, posts, videos, stories, messages, and the message is constant connectivity, instant communication, and instant access to information. And this has also a huge influence on how people form their opinions. Now, talking about power and elites, McLuhan suggests that people who control media system has a great influence because media technologies influences how people think and communicate, meaning that they can influence public opinion and social organization. This leads us to the second term, which is splitting and dividing people. Since we have free will to follow and consume the kind of content that we like, at the end of the day our algorithm will be full of things that we like, and people who has the same point of view as we do. So this can create a lot of polarization in our society. I think that this theory of Marshall McLuhan is very interesting and very accurate nowadays, because we can almost prove that social media have a huge impact on how people communicate, how we form our opinions, and how we spend our free time. Thank you so much.